Hello everyone! We're going to check out a new reward model that's pretty interesting compared with some other reward models we've been playing with before. This is called the Unified Personalized Reward Model for Vision Generation. That means it can be used for image generation and also for video generation. Scroll down a bit and you can see in the content menu here, we've got some text-to-image and also video generations using WAN 2.1 and 2.2 for such demonstration. For the image generations, a lot of what we can see through the research paper involves some quality comparison between the text prompts. One part uses more semantic alignment accuracy comparison. And part B, which is in another column here, gives us the image quality and realism comparison between the two images. For video comparison, because this is going to be easier to understand. Visually, we can see what this looks like both without the reward model and with the reward model. On the left side here, we have the one using the WAN 2.2 text-to-video 14B model. On the right side, we have another one using the Unified Reward Flux model. Here, both are using the same text prompts, so the generation result is that the one using the Unified Reward model has a different output. You basically have similar motions for the generated video, but you see the character styles, the graphics of that are not the same. Scroll down here, and we have another one that's giving you a more different aspect of the result. These two examples are also showing something like futuristic robotic footage. The one on the top is a robot flying around the city, and the one below is walking in a futuristic city, cyberpunk style, in Beijing. You see the motions in the left column here. We have the one using WAN 2.2 without any reward model loading. The one on the right side is just different with the unified reward models loaded in for the inferencing. The actions we see that the super robot flying and protecting the city they claim are different. Although the quality is not top-notch when using WAN 2.2 at this moment, currently in 2026, you see that with and without the LoRA models for the reward LoRA, it looks different. Now this is all talking about personalizations, whether you like the emotions or not, and you can apply this or not. But in the preference of having the unified reward LoRA, it will just show you another level in terms of the quality and the emotions as well for WAN 2.2 video generation. Looking in here, we see that, all these examples that you are seeing visually, you can tell that this is not the same video quality and the emotions as well for both generations in this side-by-side comparison. Especially in here, we've got some action scenes of two robots fighting, and you see the punches showing more clearly with the Unified Reward LoRA models. Whether on this side using the pure WAN 2.2, it looks like a slap between two robots. This is how the difference shows up with and without the LoRA models of the Unified Reward LoRA. The framework is here on the GitHub project page. If you like this, give it a star. This is some good research paperwork, making it real and practical, able to be used for, video generation inferencing. Keep taking a look at the bottom here. We've got more supporting info. As we have just mentioned, it's not only for video generation, but also for image generation as well. As you can see, the reward model comparison in here, as we have the HPS and MPS tests previously, I'm also going to try that out. Comparing with the HPS and MPS using the WAN 2.2 Fun Reward LoRA that was published a while ago, along with HPS 2.1 and the MPS as well. I'm going to try the HPS 2.1 inches this video to do the comparison, since they have a comparison chart in the research paper that came out there, which has been using the HPS for the comparison. But this one is in the image generation, so let's try that out with the video generations as well, since HPS 2.1 is able to do video generation. The Unified Reward models are extracted with a LoRA way of being embedded into WAN 2.2. You can download that in the WAN Video Comfy Hugging Face repo. It is included inside the LoRA folder where there's another dedicated folder called the WAN 2.2 Unified Reward folder. There's a high and low noise version, as usual for WAN 2.2, so we gotta download both of those and run them with the parallel connections for the WAN 2.2 model. Please note that this is the text-to-video reward LoRA, but I assume that you can crank it up or twist it to use for image-to-video as well. Just like the Fun Reward LoRA that was created for text-to-video, people actually use it, and it works for image-to-video as well. Coming to ComfyUI, after you download the two LoRAs and zoom into here, I have put that into the model's LoRA folder in ComfyUI. After downloading that, save it into your LoRA folder. I have selected these two. One is the high noise LoRA, and the one on the bottom is the low-noise LoRa for the Unified Reward Flux model. I connect both afterward with the LightX2V just to lower the sampling steps. I have added the reserved VRAM just for cleaning up the VRAM before passing into any other models, and also reserved 2 GB VRAM just in case people run out of memory with that. Usually, the text-to-image or text-to-videos is pretty easy to run for usual ComfyUI WAN 2.2 setups. In case you do not have enough VRAM, you can use the GGUF models. Put that in place for the GGUF loader here in case you need that, replacing the connections for high and low noise. In this experiment, I will be using the WAN 2.2 text-to-video base models using the Precision FP16 here. The other settings, such as the text prompts, seed numbers, and the latent for the video dimensions and length, I will set as the same shared input parameter connected with both groups here. On the top here, we have the Unified Reward Sampling groups, and underneath here below is the one without Unified Reward Sampling groups. Here, I will be bypassing the HPS LoRa at this moment. The first test I will be going through is running some examples with the Unified Reward LoRa compared with the raw base models of WAN 2.2 without any HPS or MPS Reward LoRa attached. Now, here's the first example that I tried with simpler text prompts here. For this text prompt, I used the LoRa strength of 1 to generate this result, with another comparison of the result without the Unified Reward LoRa. The motions are pretty much the same. We synced up the timing, and you can see that the motions for both are pretty much very close. But the one on the right side, you see the hand is suddenly putting up, and the finger is kind of not clear, even though both of them are in 480p resolutions. The one on the left here, we got a more dramatic style of the character motions. Just by that, I generated again using 1.5 for both. I just want to test it out, see what kind of sweet spot that is for running this Unified LoRa models. Back then, in the WAN 2.2 Fun Reward LoRa for HPS and MPS, we can also adjust the LoRa strength. So here, I got 1.5, trying to test it out. Well, the motion is giving you more drama, but the hand is not clear in this one. But we can see that the hand's motion, starting from the first frame here, already raised up like this, and then it's giving you more like a dramatic style of the expressions. Whereas if you're using just WAN 2.2 without any extra LoRa, just a LightX2V, 4 steps right here, we are seeing like a pretty fast motion putting up. Different motion presentations here, but the graphics overall for both outputs are the same. As you can see, because we're using the same seed numbers, everything, the backgrounds, the characters are the same. Because we're using the same base model, it's just having the motions and how the way that the motions act, the characters' acting presentations are looking different. Maybe the 1.5 is giving too high for this model. Let's set it up to like 1.2. I would say that, yeah, give it another shot for this, and I'm trying another text prompt as well. By the way, I have used language models to analyze this paper, the Unified Reward paper designed to do this certain thing. After the analysis, it gave us the text prompts for testing this Reward LoRa model. The first one that we just saw is the Young Woman in Tokyo text prompt. Next, I'm going to try with this one, see how that looks. The testing purpose of this is showing the motion blurs, texture detail, the seasonal color humor with this upcoming text prompt. Again, I am using 1.2 and testing it. See how that looks with these settings. This example is going to be using this text prompt. A red fox leaps across this scene, having a kind of a golden hour of the sunset coming into this video generated. Sync it up the preview timeline, and you will see on both left and right sides, the motions are a little different. I think this Unified Reward model has not changed the output of 1.2 too much, like the HPS Reward LoRa or the MPS Reward LoRa back then. Those would totally give you another output. Creating that or having that Reward LoRa available is not going to look the same as the original WAN 2.2 video generate output. I am seeing this Unified Reward LoRa is more on enhancing all the small parts of motions, the object alignment, and which is true that they have been mentioned in their research paper. You see both side-by-side comparisons are almost identical, but when you take a look closer to the fox that's climbing up, that motion is a little different. Right now, I'm turning down a little bit for the LoRa strength to 1.2. If I use 1, that will not be too obvious seeing the motion difference. This is not just following the practical normal scenario that you will be, oh, getting this to 1, and that is done. Something for LoRa models, you can tune it up to like 2 or even 3, but then I just try this with the range of 1.5 to 1. That is what is practically for reward LoRa models to do. I would say the 1.2 is still slightly, you can see the fox climbing up looks a little different between the one without using the LoRa models running on the right side here. The way that how the fox climbs up on the tree with the physics and stuff. Now I'm going to try with a little more, with 1.3 here for the LoRa strength. I think that will be giving a little more difference in how the output is, and I'm going to drag another video combined. This time is only for 1.3. And the one in the middle here was the 1.2 generated video. Let's try this output with 1.3 and see how that looks with this setting. Okay, this is another generated result using the 1.3 of the LoRa strength, and you see the generated result is obviously different motions. Also, you see the fox, how that presentation is looking different here, although the backgrounds, everything are almost identical as the same as the other two. We have the environments, etc. Because we don't have, changing the text prompt and such, but you see how the foxes are looking different even compared with the 1.2 here. The most important thing is that we compare with the one without the LoRa. You see both are looking so much different in perspective. If you are talking about, the way how you present, or the camera, or the fox, how the movement is, again, it depends if you prefer something that has a wide shot, how the landscape captures that moment. Without the LoRa will be suitable if you have something more you want to capture. Like the fox, how the movement is. Then the one with LoRa will be better for this case. Speaking of the HPS and MPS models, I'm going to try, as what I mentioned in the beginning, I'm going to try the HPS 2.1. This is from the WAN 2.2 Fun Reward LoRa. We have talked about these reward LoRa models previously since when 2.2 released like a while ago, and we are going to try that out. This one will be trying with high noise and low noise as the HPS 2.1, as they have comparison in the research paper, so I'm only using the HPS as the comparison at this moment. Both settings and the sampling steps, etc. are the same. Let's try that out, see how that looks. This time, we are going to try with human-object interactions, lighting layer, and style consistency with this text prompt. See how that is going to perform and put that together with this text prompt here. So this time I am giving a little more sampling steps, total 6 steps, and the high noise, 2 step, low noise, 4 steps. For both our same settings here, so 6 steps as well here. We are seeing different outputs, starting to see, especially when we are playing around for humans and objects in the video footage, we will obviously see this with this reward LoRa. The one on the left here is the HPS 2.1 LoRa models. The thing I will say is that the Unified Reward LoRa is more close to the WAN 2.2 base model, and based on that output, it refined those motions and the alignment of everything in the video objects. Whereas in the HPS 2.1, you see that the styles are going to be totally changed, more kind of different just based on what you see in the output here. Just like the previous two examples, we see that the output from the Unified Reward LoRa has the almost identical frames for the beginning of the reference frames from the WAN 2.2 base models that without any reward model. So you can count on this output as just like the WAN 2.2 output, but it just refined the alignment and the character motions overall for the Unified Reward LoRa. And the HPS. If you like something that is other styles than the WAN 2.2 base model's output, then this is the way to go. If you prefer more in making the balanced output and based on the WAN 2.2 base model and refine some alignment and the objects, then the Unified Reward LoRa looks like it is more suitable for that situation. This is going to be a more casual, stylish way of character. Just by the way how it looks that, yeah, both are going to be casual-looking styles influencer in the future time of, cyberpunk neon night styles. It just again depends on how you are going to want your output video to be. But both of that, I will say, I prefer more natural balance in terms of the over-sharpening, the colorations, and sometimes the character is just too much over. Especially if you mix the HPS and MPS for high and low noise, sometimes it will be too much for that video graphics in general, how that quality looks like. Next one, I am going to try out with this text prompt. It's going to be more of a fantasy-style text prompt, and see how that output is. The other one I will be going through is the 5th text prompt as well at the end of the video, showing all the examples side by side as well. Here is the text prompt generate result. Let's put the text underneath and you will see what is actually the difference. Here the scene is going to be the demon hunter, going to have a twin energy blade drawn, and eyes glowing blue hash with some swinging in the middle of the motion. You basically see that both Reward LoRA models how they are reacting with different scenes here. The one on the left here, we have the HPS 2.1. You see the coloration overall are going to look more sharper and look more like a cartoon, or the kind of like a gaming graphics here. The way that how this Reward LoRA is presenting is, because we have that 2 words demon hunter and it just put 2 things in one object. In the way of the AI is looking at this, it's just putting that 2 elements into one object and combine it together with this character that's showing on the screen. Whereas in here, the Unified Reward LoRA does going more natural for how this character looks like, instead of having the demon horn and the wings on a human demon hunter. You see that, the outfit looks like a human instead of a mix with the demon, but the swing of the sword and the way of the motions are going to look different compared with 2 Reward LoRA models. It is just how the way it is for the output performance between different Reward LoRA models. Here again, another comparison, more like a lifelike styles, realism styles of footage. The left one here, again, for the Unified Reward LoRA, and the right side here we have the HPS 2.1. Again, there is no exactly which is better. You will see, let's bring the text prompt up here, that will be easier for us to check it out. So you are seeing that both have the element and the character objects, everything that follow the text prompts basically, and how the motions are present. This is important for both Reward LoRAs. They are having different behavior of how the video footage are going to present for you. In some way, of course, if you like the way how the lighting from the sunlight coming through the windows, then preferring more with the one that using a unified reward. If you want more like a warm, cozy way how the sunlight are not blocking the camera lens having over brightness, then this one will be more preferable. This is more choice, I would say, for users like us that we play around with local video generation. We are able to combine different LoRA models, different mix and match. Having even one text prompt, we can make our own styles more differently. Lastly, this is another text prompt that I did by myself using a young Asian woman having natural makeup and holding up a phone with a t-shirt. With the label Benji AI printed on there, and then it is like talking in front of the camera, a normal typical how AI influencer footage is. Just want to show you guys, and you can see that how the difference is between the Unified Reward LoRA models and the HPS 2.1. They are in terms of the colorations here. First of all, the Unified Reward LoRA are more, I would say, natural, not too much giving you. It is just like so calm, and how the way they more relaxed. If you giving me the vibe of a relaxation lifestyle footage, instead, you have the HPS is giving you more sunlight from outside the window, and the character face is more into the Western style way. And the one with Unified LoRA is more like a Korean style way, even on the backgrounds of how the kitchen looks like. Although both of them are in the modern house, but the styles of that are different. So that is it for this video. Pretty cool research topics for Reward LoRA, and this will happen with other AI video models as well, because this is just a framework. You can apply in Qwen Image and Wan 2.2. They can be using this even for other video models and the vision language models, especially the Qwen 3 VL. They have implemented this to evaluate the video quality. This is another framework for inferencing with vision language models. It's pretty interesting, and from this research paper, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. See ya.